Listen up, people. I'm about to open up your third eyes, fourth eye with this one. Welcome back to another edition of IPAs and ERAs. This week, we got Hazy Little Thing out of the Sierra Nevada Brewing Company, which has two locations. I have been to both now, in Chico, California, and in, I believe it's Mills River, North Carolina, but it's Asheville. It's in Asheville. So, cheers.
It's delicious.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
All right, so this week we're actually going to be going over freshmen, the incoming freshman class that a lot of these guys, I was paying attention to last year in the draft. Handful of them I was really hoping for the Mariners to select. But yeah, these kids might actually make an impact in their freshman year. Derek Curiel is the first one we're going to be talking about. He's a freshman at Louisiana State. He's 19 years old with a birthday at 5/24. So he's actually going to be eligible for the draft as a sophomore. Excited to see this kid, breaking down some of his footage. Very smooth swing. He's he's got a rating. I believe the scouting grades on MLB.com have him as a hit tool at a 50, power at 40. And that might be correct for the time being, but I think over time the power is going to go and the hit's going to go. And the arm is set at a 50. I think that's about where it needs to be right now. Field's at a 55. I think that might even be higher here as a freshman. And then overall at a 45. Yeah, I got him a little bit higher than that, but also this kid's got room to grow, and I'm very excited to see what this kid can do. He's set at 6'2", 175-pound outfielder, and in a stacked lineup at LSU, I think he still emerges as an impact player. Again, I think the power tool is going to continue to grow. I think the hit tool is going to continue to grow. And I think by next year, there's a chance that you're going to see this kid in the top 10 overall pick. Very excited to see Derek Curiel, and make sure to pay attention to this kid as a freshman.
Hey, pay attention.
All right, next up, we have Oregon State freshman Dax Whitney out of Blackfoot, Idaho. Blackfoot High School. Kid's 6'5", 195. This was according to Perfect Game. So in the past year, he might have grown a little bit more from that. But this kid's, he's in mid-90s, and he's got a lot to like on the mound. Very high upside, and has a chance to be a freshman on a very, very good college baseball team and produce. Again, this is another kid I think in 2 years from now, you're going to look back and say, hey, that kid as a freshman was awesome. And now we're looking at him as a potential first rounder. Dax Whitney's got a lot to like.
Put him on the board. House Mazzoli. Got it. Championship.
All right. Next up, we actually have out of Tennessee. He's with Vanderbilt, Corbin's own. He's done a phenomenal job of developing talent and retaining that talent. Brodie Johnston. There's a lot to like about this kid. He's at a Boyd Buchanan High School. Sits up at 6'2", 200 pounds, and he's gonna play on the left side of the field. He's got a strong arm. He truly does have kind of the five tools. The hit tool definitely stands out. The power is definitely going to come, and it's just going to grow every single year. This kid really has emerged in the past year as someone you need to watch as a freshman. I think he's going to be at Vanderbilt. I think he's going to really emerge this year on the field, and I think they got a solid one with him.
Solid.
All right, so this next guy I'm very excited about, Chris Levonas out of Homedale, New Jersey, Christian Brothers Academy High School. I've been following this guy for about 2 years, and honestly, 2 years ago, he was still somebody I was like, hey, you need to just at least pay attention to this kid. He was sitting upper eights, low nines, and then boom, that following fall, he was now, I think, 92, 94, and then he got into the spring and he was sitting mid nines. He ended up getting drafted by the Brewers in the second round in the comp round. And yeah, I was really hoping the Mariners were going to take this one. But also, now seeing him at Wake Forest, okay, maybe it wasn't the best move. I think he was destined to go to Wake Forest. I'm excited to see this kid. He's going to be a freshman there. He's going to be mid-9s, and I think as a freshman, he's really going to stand out. He's the one, if you haven't heard of him before, put him on your list within the next year or two, whenever he's eligible for the next draft, which, looking at his age, I believe it's going to be by his junior year. This kid's really going to stand out. His fastball has actually been all the way up to 97, and through stats that I don't know, this fall he might have even touched a 98. I wouldn't be surprised. This kid's going to continue to grow. There's a lot to like with this guy.
He's a dick.
All right, so the last guy I wanted to cover in this segment, he actually comes from Japan, and the reason I put him on this list is there's a ton to like. There's also a mystery of you don't know exactly how it's going to cross over, but this is it's a deeper question of, does this open the door now for a lot of high school players to come from Japan and now play in the States? This kid's Rintaro Sasaki. He's going to be at Stanford as a freshman this year. He ended up playing this past summer in the MLB Draft League and the IPA League out east. He played for the Trenton team, and he was able to log in 26 games, 111 plate appearances. He batted 221. Sorry, he slashed 221, 387, 395 with 4 bombs. And honestly, the MLB Draft League is a really good start in just kind of seeing, all right, how's this guy going to compare? And yeah, batting average might have been a little bit low, but the OBP was up. He showed a little bit of power with 4 home runs, and then kind of transitioned over to the IPA League, where he played for Greenville. 9 games, 37 plate appearances. He batted 391, slashed 391, 595, and 913 slugging. 3 bombs, 8 RBI. Not a ton of bags. He had one bag between the 35 games that he played in the States, but make no mistake about it, this is a kid you really need to pay attention to. And honestly, it might answer some more questions.
Big question is,
is there going to be more kids that break down that door of moving from Japan, coming to the States, playing in different colleges, being able to get drafted rather than staying in the NPB. And honestly, it extends to more than just Japan. It could go to Korea. It could go to other countries. And honestly, with the NIL the way it is, do the Dominican players now start jumping on that train, and Venezuelan players, instead of getting the 17-year-old pickup, do they end up want to go a different route where they can play college baseball, have free tuition, and go that route? It does open the door. I'm not saying it's the best move, but I am saying it does open the door for that conversation to happen. I'm very excited to see Rintaro Sasaki. For Up West Sports, I'm Gavin Height. Thank you again for tuning in to another edition of IPAs and ERAs. Remember, life's too short. Gas up your boys.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.